Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to discuss about the visibility of the class member. So we have total 6 access specifier in Delphi. So first is the private, strict private, protected, strict protected, public and publish. And we will see that how the access specifier declare. So I have created one class, and in this private, strict private, protected, strict protected, public, publish access specifier I have declared. Now I will create one sample program, and we will try to access the access specifier members in the class and outside the class, and in other unit child class. So we will discuss about now private. What is a private? So private member are invisible outside the unit. So that means private member are only visible inside the unit. Private method cannot call from the other model, and private field or property cannot read or write from the other model. Declare private field. So how to declare the private field? As I mentioned here. Now strict private. So class member with the strict private visibility are accessible only within a class in which they are declared. So it will be visible only within a class where it is declared. Apart from the class, it will not display. Even in the same unit also, it will not display. They are not visible to the protected. They are not visible to procedure or function declared within the same unit. Declare strict private field. How to declare? Now protected. So protected member are visible anywhere in the module where the class is declared, and from any descendant class, regardless of the module where the descendant class appear. So protected member can be called, and protected field or property read are written to from the definition of any method belonging to the class that descendant from one where the protected member is declared. The member that are intended for the use only in the implementation of the derived class are usually protected. And how to declare the protected member? You can see it here. The strict protected. So strict protected is a little bit more restricted than the protected. So class member with the strict protected visibility are visible within a class in which they are declared, and within any of the descendant class, regardless of where it is declared. Right, and this is the way we can declare the strict protected member. Now we'll talk about the public. The public member are visible anywhere in a class wherever it will be a reference. So this is the way how we'll declare the public access specifier members. Now we'll come to the published. So publish directive start declaration section of the class definition. A public section field property and method are declared to be accessible to this class. Classes descendant from it, and code using object instance of the class. The information about the access is recorded in the runtime information for the class. So it will be accessible through the RTTI. The object-oriented terms, the class object seen as a black box. Internal operation is not relevant. The public and published field, properties, methods are externally visual part of the object-oriented access to internal of the class. Avoid making field published. It is always better to define the property to access them instead. This provides them decoupling from the internal of the class. Only one constructor can be declared as a published. Overloaded version must be defined as a public. So published property cannot return array. So here how we can declare the published. Now the few of the important point we need to remember. You can increase the visibility of the property in descendant class by re-declaring it, but cannot be decreased the visibility. For example, a protected property can be public in this descendant but cannot private. The published properties cannot become public in descendant. So here I have created one class, and will and declare all the access specifier in this class. So for example, for explaining purposes, I have declared the field for each access specifier type. So private I have declared the F private. Okay, strict private simply I have declared the strict private, and protected similar way strict protected public and published. Okay, what I will do, I will try to access, and here the sun class is there. Okay, and sun class is derived t father, and one is the unrelated class, and we are not deriving anything. So this class is not deriving either son or inheriting either son or father. Now I'm trying to access the sun tsum class do stuff method. Okay, so I've created a tsum class variable, right, object of tsum type, and creating the object and assign to the object. Okay, of tsum type, class. Now through the sun object, right, tsun class object, we are able to access these five fields. So we can say that we are able to access the private, protected, strict protected, public, and published. We are not able to access only the strict private, right? So within a child class, we will able to access the all the five except strict private. Now we will see that we will see from any of the class, right? Like I have declared the unrelated class, and from unrelated class, this we are not inheriting either the parent class, son class, or father class, right? In this class, and I've created a list of procedure, and this we will try to create the object of the father, okay? And we'll see that which are the accesses member variable, right? Variable member we are able to access, okay? So here you can see that in this class object, right? We are able to access only the four: the private, protected, public, and published. So private, strict protected, we are not able to access. So we can say that we are able to access only the private only within a class where it is declared. The strict protected, we will able to access the class and wherever the derived in a derived class. Okay. Here in this unrelated class, we are not deriving. Okay, we are not inheriting either the father or descent class. So we are not able to access the strict protected member. So to conclude this, I can say that in this class, if I declare an object of the T father, we are able to access the private, protected, public, and publish. Right? Now we'll take the example. Uh, I have created another unit where I have given the reference of unit 1 into this. Okay. And I'm creating the T child class, okay, inheriting the father. And I have just created one get info method. So in get info method, I'm creating the variable of the right T child class, creating the object of T child class assigned to the object. Now we will try to see that which are the members we are able to access. So we can see that in a other unit, right, we are able to access the protected, strict protected, public, and published. So four accesses specifier member are accessible. Private and strict private are not accessible outside the unit. So that's a conclusion. So this is all about the access specifier.